Hi everyone, welcome back to a new video for Horilla. Today's video we'll be discussing how to configure the federal tax in Horilla. So we can configure rules for different income brackets, exemptions and deductions and also set up tax slabs, flat rates or other regulatory requirements as mandated by the federal law. So, using Horilla, we can ensure that the taxes are automatically calculated during the payroll processing, and we can also link tax configurations to employee contracts for real time computation based on their salary and allowances. So, let's see how we can manage that. So, under the payroll module, we have the federal tax. Over here, we can find the already defined filing statuses like the married filing separately for single filers, which has been configured using the Python code, and then we have for single filers. So, upon expanding this, we'll be able to view the tax brackets that we have configured for this filing status. So, we have the tax rate, the minimum income, the maximum income, and all, and we can always update the tax brackets that we have configured by clicking on this update. So from here, if we want to make any updations to the tax bracket, we'll be able to do that. And to delete the tax bracket, we can simply click on delete and confirm the deletion. So this is the filing status that we have already created, and to create a new filing status, we can click on this create button, and over here we'll be able to create a new filing status. So we can give the title for the filing status. We can set the based on, that is based on what the filing has been made. The tax will be calculated, that is upon the basic pay, gross pay or taxable gross pay. Like that we'll be able to set the filing status. And then if we want to set the filing status based on the Python code, we can enable this, and we'll be able to provide the Python code over here with which the tax will be calculated. So if you want to remove that, we can uncheck this box, and then we also have to provide the description for the filing status that we are creating. So the filing status plays a critical role in determining the tax rate, exemptions and deductions. So Horilla's tax configuration system, it can accommodate various filing statuses to ensure the compliance and accurate tax computation. So let's create one. So I'm creating for married filing jointly. So I've provided the title for the filing, provided the filing status as married filing jointly, and we can select based on basic pay, gross pay or taxable gross pay. So here I'm selecting it as taxable gross pay. So I'm not providing the Python code, so I'll not be checking this box. So we have to provide a description also. So provide a description that for married couples who choose to file a single combined tax return. So let me save this filing status. So we can see that the filing status has been created successfully. So we'll be able to view the filing status that we have created over here. So since we have not defined any tax bracket for the filing status, we can see here it is empty. So to add tax brackets to it, we can click on actions, and let's click on create. So from here, we can define the minimum income, maximum income and the tax rate for that range of income. So before that, let's see the tax brackets for married filing jointly according to the federal law. So here we have the 2024 federal income tax brackets and rates for single filers, married couples filing jointly and head of households. So from here, let's add these minimum and maximum incomes and give these tax rates for the filing status that we are creating. So let's go back, and over here I'm providing the minimum income as 0, and the maximum income will be 23,200, and the tax rate for that is will be 10%. So I'm giving 10% and say. So next we can give the next tax bracket. So the minimum income will be 23 to not 1, and the maximum income will be 94 300. And the tax rate for this tax bracket is 12 percentage. So let's save this and define the next tax bracket. So let's give the so the minimum income is 94,301, and I'm giving the maximum income as 201,050, and the tax rate will be 22 percentage. And the next tax bracket is 201,051, and the maximum income will be 383,900, and the tax rate is 24. So let's go to the next one. I'm setting the minimum income as 383,901, and the maximum income is 487,450. Let's say the tax rate, which is 32, and let's define the next one. So the maximum income for this is 731,200, and the tax rate for this is 35 percentage. Sorry, 35 percentage. And let's go to the next one. And the maximum is, and we can leave the maximum so that it will be taken as infinity. So let's apply the tax rate as well. So I'm giving the tax rate will be 37 percentage, and let's save this. So we can see that the maximum income will be infinite since we have not provided any. So the tax bracket has been created. So this is the filing status that we have created just now, and these are the tax bracket we have defined for this filing status. And under the actions, we also have the options to update the filing status. That is, if you want to make any updations over here, we will be able to perform that. And we can also delete it by clicking on this delete. And then we have the search option with which we can search the filing status. So since we have created a filing status, now let's link this filing status to an employee's contract, and let's see how how the tax is calculated when the payslip is generated. So for that, let's go to the contracts. So here we have the contracts. We can go to contract and create a contract for an employee. So while creating a contract for an employee, we can set the filing status over here. So we have the filing status that can be given. So let's say we are creating a contract for Alexander. So I have given the contract title as Alexander's contract. And we also have to select the employee over here, that is Alexander Smith, and this is the contract start date. We also have to provide the contract end date. So I'm giving a contract end date also. And then we have the wage type as monthly. Pay frequency is also set as monthly. The basic salary. So let's set the basic salary as 50,000. And the filing status is the filing status that we have just created. That is married filing jointly. And then we can set the department, job position, job role. Let's say the job role, sales manager, and we have the shift, work time, notice period. And if you want to attach any file as a contract document, we can do that. Then we have the deduct from basic pay, calculate daily leave amount and all. And if you want to provide any note, we can provide the note as well. So I'm saving this. So since a draft contract already exists for this employee, we will not be able to save it. So let's just change the status to active. And let me just change the contract end date also, since this is an already past date. So I'm setting the contract end date as February 2nd. Let's go to 2025, February and 2nd. So this is a 1 year contract, and let me save this. So the contract has been updated. And now let's just check the contract. So this is a contract that we have created, and here we have the wage as 50,000, and we have set the filing status as married filing jointly. Now let's generate a payslip for this employee, and the tax for that employee will be calculated based on the wage using this filing status. So for that, let's go to the pay slips and click on the create button to create a new payslip. So let's select the employee Alexander Smith, and I'm setting the start date as 31st of December. So let's just give the start date as 2024, and I'm giving the end date as 31st of December, and let's save it. So the pay slip has been generated, and we can view the pay slip over here. So in this payslip, we'll be able to view all the details. So the payslip is generated for this month. So for this time range, that is 1st of December to 31st of December. And then we have the employee details. We can view the employee ID, employee name, department and all in the payslip generated. And then we have the employee net pay amount over here. So here we have more details like the actual basic pay for the employee. This is the wage that we have set while creating the contract. So the paid days is 22, and if the employee has any LOP days, it will be reflected over here. And then we have the updated basic pay, and we can also view the allowances and deductions that are set for this employee. So we have different allowances, that is basic pay is this much. We have the travel allowance, the house rent allowance, and the total gross pay. And in the deductions, we'll be able to view the tags that we have set. So these are different deductions that has been made for the employee, like the ESI, social security, vehicle loan, and then we have the federal tax. So this is the tax that we have calculated according to the filing status that has been set in the contract of this employee. So the tax has been calculated to be $11,305.97, and then we can uh, we can also calculate the total net payable, that is the gross earnings minus total deductions. So this is the total net payable amount to the employee. So this is how we can create a federal, we can configure the federal tax in Horilla. So hope it is clear, and thank you for watching.